Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Transformers review. This is the last of the, what I class as the terrible G2 figures. Again, I've used stacks as weapons because I don't have this figure's actual guns, but they all pretty much are much alike. This, unfortunately, is what G2, like from the 1994-95 line, ironhide, look like. Now, vehicle mode, not horrendous. An armoured Humvee. It's not a bad looking vehicle mode, I'll grant you. I mean, all of them aren't too bad in their vehicle modes. And it's reasonably sort of, it's plainly detailed, but it's got a little bit of detail. It's got his name there on the top and the Autobot G2 logo on the top. So you think, well, maybe this is a little bit more promising. He's got the pull back and go action as well. So yeah, you think it's not a bad start. Let's see it take guns out again. And from there it goes downhill, though to be fair, he is at least not quite as bad as the others. It is pretty awful, but it's not as bad. It's transforming. You lift up the front of the car and flip that right over. Then you flip up the black bit, and then you've got to flip up the front part there. And that is its transformation over. The only advantage this figure has over the others is he has actually got arm articulation. Wowee. They must have broke the bank doing that one, eh? He can actually turn his shoulders. He does of course hold the weapons, which again, like I say, are pretty much ambidextrous to each of these figures. Stacks and Mean Streak. They're all pretty much alike, the guns are very similar. Although they're not identical, they all work the same way. But as you can see, again, that is a pretty bland figure. He does have a tiny bit of face detail, which is not brilliant, but it's better than the others. A little bit of moulding detail, but nothing great. So his only one saving grace is the fact that his arms do lift up, so he can actually point his guns at somebody. One thing that was told to me by one of my subscribers, who for the life of me I can't remember which one it was, and I do apologise. I have a feeling it might be my turbo reviews, but don't hold me to that. I apologise if I've said the wrong person. If you plug the weapons into the certain hole, they will roll just about in robot mode, which isn't really that much of an added feature, because it appears that they have to connect their gun to their fire pan, which isn't really great, is it? Let's face facts. If you're going to have a figure roll along pointing their gun, it should be in their hand. But there you go. That's Hasbro's idea of in 1994-95 of what a Transformer should have been. Now, thank God they've improved since then, because if this was the sort of thing they've been bringing out for the movies and that, I don't think they'd have done very well. Though some of the stuff that they're bringing out for the Prime line, I don't mean the actual proper Prime toys, but I've seen some other things that are designed for younger children, and let's face facts, I won't be collecting that. I might have a look at some of the proper Prime toys like the Soundwave and that, which I've seen reviewed, which do look rather nice. Soundwave and the Beacons and that look rather good. I've got enough sort of Bumblebees, I think, to worry about getting a Bumblebee or a Prime, but I'll see later on. But getting back to this figure, that's pretty cool. I don't know what happened sort of around the 94-95 line, because they must have had like an apprentice in doing these sort of lines, because quite frankly it's the same time as the G2 Megatron came out, and the G2 Megatron is what my one of my last reviews, I'm trying to think, the Bludgeon review, where it's the RID, where that's based on the same G2 Megatron mould. And let's face facts, that's brilliant, and it's highly articulated, and it's got features, what a fun, and the detail and the sort of the G1 line face of Megatron, what it comes with, it's fantastic. Yet at the same time they churned out this. Who knows? You know, somewhere along the line somebody weren't doing their job properly. To allow great figures out like the G2 Megatron, and then to bring out this, I don't know, there's something wrong there at Hasbro at the time. Anyway, that's my little rant, and hopefully that's the last of the really appalling figures. I have got the Firecons, which I will do, and Sparkbots, but I don't know, at least they kind of work, and they have got a little bit more gimmicky sort of sides to them than these. I don't know, maybe that's just because I'm a bit of a G1 whore anyway, that I prefer them over these ones. I will get round to reviewing them as well, but that's it for the G2 appalling line. I'll see you again for another Transformers review with something better than this, so don't worry, this isn't the way my channel's going down. Okay, see you again for another review. All the best.